What's up, everyone? I hope y'all have an amazing day. And today I actually have a story that is coming from 7th grade, and that's a pretty long time ago considering I'm a junior. So that's, let me do some math real quick, it's like 4 years ago. So I was a young savage, and I have a pretty funny story of what happened when I was in 7th grade. So I was in English with a bunch of my friends, and we were kind of like, I was like kind of like shy until like 6th grade, and then like kind of 7th grade I kind of just was more outgoing, and then now I'm kind of more shy again, which kind of sucks, but I'll probably get over it pretty soon. But so I was like more outgoing this year, like during 7th grade. I was like, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I felt like I was just like the man because me and my friends were like pretty popular. So we didn't like really care. So we were in English class, and this teacher is she's not my favorite teacher, just being nice. So this teacher is like pretty strict. Like, I'll just call her Miss W because I don't want to give away her real name and then get sued later on down the road and then rip my career. But so she's a pretty strict teacher, and I was not really a fan. And then she's an English teacher, and you know, I'm just not the biggest fan of English. I'm more of like a math kind of guy and that kind of stuff like that, and science than English. And you know, like, I guess like the English teachers, they're like usually like a woman. Like, I'm not even trying to be like sexist, but they're usually like a woman, and they're like really emotional and just can be like really strict. I mean, I guess it's just from my personal experience. I haven't had the best English teachers, but she was definitely pretty strict, and I was not down with it. I was not down. So one day during class, it was like right before class started. I think I had her maybe like 4th period or something. I forgot, but it was like before class even started. So we were just talking like to my friends and stuff like that, just everyone. And you know, kids get pretty loud. Like, it's not like, wait, nah, I'm the worst. But you know, like before class, like I'm not even thinking like, well, I just need to be quiet and I need to be sitting at my desk because we have like still like 3 more minutes before class starts. So I'm gonna be talking to my friends, like socializing. I'm not just gonna be sitting there like a teacher's pet the whole time. So in her defense, when we were talking, we were pretty loud. Like, we could have been a lot not as loud. Wow, like great wording there. But yeah, we were pretty disruptive, I guess. But like, class wasn't even started, like, so it shouldn't have even really mattered. I don't know. I guess because she was just so strict, she was not about it. And then, so we were just talking really loud, and she told one of my friends, Jake, and she was like, because she was like, okay, now everyone quiet down. And everyone was kind of like talking, but Jake was talking like really loud, so he's like kept talking. He's like, Jake, can you be quiet? And he kept talking, and then she's like, Jake, I'm this close. And I did not hear her because she was like outside the door. She's like in the doorway, so like I didn't think that she would hear me because she was like in the middle of the doorway. So I was like, I turned to my friend Jake, and I was like, yeah, Jake, you're this close. And I was like, I yelled it, and I was just, and everyone looked at me like, oh, because then Miss W like turned to me and she's like, Gret, what did you just say? And I was like, just sitting there, like my face was like super red. I'm like, and I was like really scared because I've like never even been to the detentions office or like gotten in trouble really. Like, you know those like lights when you're in elementary school, like you got green light, you got yellow light, and you got red light, and when you get red light, that's really bad. Like, little punks get those. So like, I never even got a yellow in like my whole life. Like, I was like a good kid, and then I was like, this was like my first time ever getting like in kind of trouble. And I didn't really get in trouble, she just talked to me, but this was like the first time that I was just like being pretty disruptive, and I just got really called out on it by the teacher. So Miss W pulls me out to the hallway and is like, Grant, you are a good kid, and I don't want you to do that ever again. I'm like sitting there like red faced. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I was thinking maybe like even detention's office because I just mocked the teacher in front of the whole class. Like, I didn't know what to expect really, but she gave me a pretty like just really mad talk, and then I was like, okay, I won't do it again. Then everyone was like laughing and like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you just did that. Like, you just mocked the teacher so loud in front of the whole class. And I mean, that was like the first thing. Like, I have a bunch of other school stories that I will tell, but this was like kind of the trend starter for like me being like, I guess, a savage in school. So I mocked my teacher by saying this close after she just said that to one of my other friends, and I was pretty lucky not to get in trouble. Like, if you think about it, like, I don't know if you guys are like savages in school, like, I'm sure, and I'm probably like talking to Michael right now. Hi, Michael, or Sabering. I just talked to them earlier today, but yeah, that was a pretty funny moment in my school career, and I will definitely remember that for my whole lifetime. And I got another story involving Miss W, which I could probably tell next week if you guys really want it. Comment down below if you want more Miss W stories, and I will be sure to supply them, because this one was just like awkward, but it was also a very funny story like leading into it. So I will be sure to tell more funny stories like this and more just interesting stories about my life, and just because I have a lot of funny stuff to tell, like so many stories. So I will be sure to keep telling those during Fail to FaZe. And now we can get to the fails and clips of this week. So into the first fail, and I don't know if y'all ever do this, but I just jump off the map. Like, I didn't even mean to. I was just trying to jump back and like kind of finesse that kid and kill him, but I just totally just fell off the map right there. And then here on retaliation, that was a nice third shot. I'll give myself that one. Got the 2 guys off B, then got that little third one. Then that was a nice shot. That, I mean, if it was a little more of a quick scope than like hard scope, that would have been even more nice. But then, you know, that was still pretty nice. And then I got the other kill, and then I died. But this is, I'm just watch the feed. Oh my gosh, I was with Beck and Jaden, and let's count. I think that was like a 5 right there, and then I think that was like a 5 on or a 6 on or something like that. And I was involved in that, and like I get butthurt if I get involved in a quad, but that was like a 6 on. I mean, it was bog wall, but still, that is pretty dirty. Here, I'm using the Barrett. Got there, didn't hit that shot, but then hit that one. Almost got the other kid. So it was a split quad. It was pretty nice. I mean, you know, Barrett. I honestly like the M40 more than the Barrett. I mean, I like the Barrett. It's just, I feel like I get a lot of hit markers with it. I don't know. Then here, this is really funny. So it was just halftime. We got into the game, and look at me. I'm just like up in the air, like glitching out. I was like, what? I was looking up in the air. I was like, what the heck was that? Then like I saved the clip and showed everyone else. I was like, yeah, I was in the air. I'm not even lying. So here, this is I got so hyped. Nope, I just did this like a couple hours ago. So I got one right there. We're on terminal. They all spawn right there. Like, I'll show you. I thought I hit like a triple right there, and then I thought I was about to hit a quad. Like, I mean, it was pretty close, but it was still like, but I was super hyped. Like, ask Michael and Sabrin if you know them or whatever. And then right there was part of a quad feed. I'm not proud of it, to be honest, and those kids were pretty sweaty. I could feel the sweat dripping off of their foreheads and hands as they were just trying so very, very hard. But that is going to be the end of this Fail to FaZe, and I think I'm going to keep like telling stories during Fail to FaZe when I'm just like playing the gameplay, and then I'll show my fails and clips at the end. I don't know, I just kind of like it that way, so probably going to keep doing that. Leave a like if you want more stories and funny stuff like that, and me, and just give me more confidence, because I am improving. I need to be playing more than I have the past couple weeks, which is just my fault, and I'm putting a lot more stuff on myself. It's a lot of behind the scenes stuff you don't know about, but it's going to be very beneficial, and I'm super happy about it. But just putting a lot more stuff on myself, and I just need to focus more on COD and just focus more on time management and just being responsible. So I'm going to keep working on that. We're just going to keep getting better and better, and I will be back tomorrow with another video. See ya!